Okay, we're going to make a cyclone dust collection system for this shop vac using these two buckets and a bunch of plumbing fittings that I found. Here I found that the Durham paint pail fits perfect into the Permastop Chemcrete pail, making a nice tight fitting. On the top, we're going to drill some holes. So I'm going to do that first. So here we are. I marked out 2 circles. I'm just going to gently cut these. A pair of tin snips. Oh, now it's going to be hard to cut this part. Then we have to see if my piece of pipe will fit in there. It's going to be a bit of a friction fit. I might have to just do a little bit more trimming here. Okay, so here we have both holes made. Now the parts that we're going to use is that we have a 90 degree, and here we have a 45 that's going to fit onto the 90. We have a collar. We actually have 2 collars. This one here is going to go up in the center here, and then we're going to put a clamp on there with this clamp for the hose. It's going to be this style of hose here. We're going to use this end with the clamp. This end goes into the bottom there of the table saw. And then coming out of the center will be a fitting like this that's going to go over this long tube that came with the vacuum, and we'll cut it off a little bit. Then we should be able to put it together and try it out. So what I've done is I've connected a short piece of pipe here into the 90 degree. And then you can see this 22.5 degree piece is on there with just a slight turn. So now what I've done is I've put both pieces of pipe. This one is going to be the suction, and this is the one that's where the sawdust will go in. So on the inside, you can see that we have an elbow with a bit of a turn, and then the centerpiece. Now, in order for the end of my vacuum here to fit in here, it's a bit loose. I need to take this pipe, and this one here came with the vacuum, and it fits inside of this. So I'm going to stick this pipe into the hole here. I have to cut it off, and it'll be a friction fit here. I can screw this piece on. Okay, so I've cut this off with the chop saw, and you can see this end here is has a flange. It's a little bit bigger, so it'll fit into here. Okay, I've screwed that in there now. Now I can take my vacuum cleaner, and it fits in there nice and snug like this. Let's try it out. So the goal is going to be to clean up this pile of sawdust. My table saw doesn't have a dust collection system, so I've tried to use the vacuum, but it plugs up the filter so fast, and I have sawdust that just covers the floor and everything. So I'm going to try to eliminate some of that by hooking up that small pipe to this outlet. I will eventually get a large dust extractor, but until then, we're going to try this. So here's the inside of my shop vac. It's clean. It's nice and clean on the filter. So let's give it a go. There is nothing in the pail, so we're going to hook this up. Okay, so I'll turn this on. Watch the bucket. I plug the end of the pipe. Uh-oh. There was a little bit of a design flaw there when I plugged the end of the pipe. There was so much suction it collapsed the bucket, so can't do that anymore. But here we go. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, we're going to take the lid off the vacuum here. There's some very, very fine, just coloring of dust in there, but virtually nothing. Now let's take a look inside the pail. Okay, so we take the pail apart. There's the cone, and there's all the sawdust. Everything we sucked up. And my filter is not full. Success.